Hello, one and all. So I apologize for getting this video to you guys super late, but I've been so busy, man, and I had to do my late reviews first and then my top 10 list. And it's just, I was always the late kid in school, so I guess it kind of makes sense for it to be in my adult life, but that's not what we want to hear. These are my top 10 favorite movies of 2015. 2015 was a great year for movies, man, and it was kind of hard for me to kind of pick out what were my top 10 movies of the year because there were a lot of movies I really liked in 2015 and a lot of movies I really hated, which we'll get to in another video. So without further ado, this is my top 10 favorite to 2015, and I just want to say for the record, I didn't see every movie in 2015 or every movie that came out in 2015. I mean, I saw The Revenant like a few weeks ago, or if actually it was like a week ago. But that movie is I saw a movie I saw a movie in 2016, so that unfortunately doesn't count in my top 10 list. That review's coming. But I didn't see Spotlight. I didn't see Steve Jobs. I didn't see Muriel and the Dying Girl. I really want to see Steve Jobs. That movie looks so good. But of the movies that came out in 2015, these are my top 10. And I want to say, before we get started, that I'd like to at least bring up my honorable mentions. These are the movies that I would put on my list if this was like a top 20 list. But since it says top 10, these are my honorable mentions. And I suggest, if you haven't seen any of these movies yet, check them out. And let me know what you think. So without further ado, my honorable mentions are Ant-Man, Straight Outta Compton, Ex Machina, Love and Mercy, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and Paddington. These were, like I said, these are movies I personally enjoyed, and I suggest if you haven't seen them, check them out. Without further ado, enough chit-chat, my top 10 list, here we are. Starting at number 10 is Entourage. I always put kind of a comedy as my number 10 to start off my top 10 list. And in terms of the comedies that came out in 2015, the movie that made me laugh the hardest was Entourage. First of all, I'm an Entourage fan through and through. I was so happy to hear that this movie was coming out. And watching the movie, I was like, this was really what the finale should have been. And the movie was so satisfying. It was so funny. I liked seeing the guys again. I liked hearing the dialogue and seeing the synergy again. It was great, man. And I wasn't gonna put this on the list to be honest with you, because I was just kind of like, well, if you're an Entourage fan, you'll like it, but if you're not, you probably won't. But I have friends who had never seen an episode of Entourage, and they really like the movie. So with that in mind, I guess I'm like, you know what? This goes on my number 10 list, and I really hope that that we do get a sequel, you know. But if not, I'll be totally cool with this. Starting at number 9 is a movie I know a whole lot of people are going to put way higher on their list. And I totally understand that because it's an awesome movie. It's just, for me, these other movies are better. But I still think this movie is awesome. I had a fun time with the movies. I saw this movie twice, by the way. The movie is Mad Max Fury Road. This movie was a kick-ass time at the movies. I had so much fun. I liked seeing just a bunch of people in an apocalyptic wasteland go batshit crazy. And just nothing but a 2-hour car chase. This movie was this straight up this movie is like what I imagine a Twisted Metal movie would be, with all the craziness, all the explosions, and a lot of the same dialogue. But yeah, I'm hear things about like a Mad Max sequel, and George Miller wants to do it, and Tom Hardy's going to come back to it. I get so excited when I hear news about a Mad Max sequel. I really do, man. And I bought the Blu-ray on Black Friday, and I watched. It was like the first movie I bought on Black. It was the first movie I watched after buying on Black Friday, and the movie got better and better and better every single time I watch it. So that must tell you something. Coming at number 8 was the movie that was the 6th entry in its franchise. I was really skeptical about how it was going to turn out, but I ended up loving it, even though it copied a lot of the same verbatim as the original movie. And no, it's not Star Wars, it's Creed. It just blew me away, man. Like, the performances were great in it, like Michael B. Jordan. Stallone gives probably one of the best performances I've ever seen him give since Rocky Balboa. I'm serious when I say it, man. In terms of all the Rocky movies, it is like right up there for me with Rocky 2 and Rocky 1. I loved it so much. I'm glad Stallone's got the Oscar nomination. Dude, you deserve that. You deserve that, man. Well done. Good job. Number 7 is The Martian. If you were kind of worried that Ridley Scott had lost his way in the last couple of years, all I can say to you is watch The Martian. The dude has still got it, and he is still kicking ass. I like the story about this guy having to survive on Mars for a few years. I like the fact that he had to science the shit out of it. And I also really like the supporting cast like Jessica Chastain, Sebastian Stan, Kate Mara, Jeff Daniels, Kristen Wiig, even Childish Gambino, which was a big surprise for me, man. But yeah, The Martian was great. It was touching. It was funny. I love this movie so much. I bought the Blu-ray. I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, actually, since I bought the movie. But I will soon. I've just been really, really busy. But I will watch The Martian really, really soon. Number 6 was a movie that I had actually seen about a month early before the movie came out. It was actually the first movie I reviewed in 2015, and man, it was an awesome way to start off the year, and that was Kingsman: The Secret Service. This movie was so much fun. This movie was just made to be the James Bond of a new generation, except it had the Matthew Vaughn type of twist to it, and that Matthew Vaughn sense of humor, and the movie worked out so perfectly. I love Colin Firth. It was awesome to see him be an ass kicker. I like Taron Egerton in the movie, and I just like I like Sam Jackson's movie. This is probably one of his more funner performances I've seen him give since Snakes on a Plane. I can say that for sure. It's not one of his best, but it's certainly a fun performance. But yeah, man, I cannot wait for the sequel. I really hope Matthew Vaughn comes back, and I really hope he finds some way to top the church shootout. Oh my God. All right, number 5 was the movie that actually kind of was the reason why I delayed this review, because I was hoping to do this video hopefully by the time the year ended, and then I was just kind of like, no wait, there's still The Hateful Eight. I got to see how it is. I got to see if it's in my top 10 list, and sure enough, it is. The Hateful Eight was just filled with so much good dialogue. The movie was funny when it needed to be. It was so shocking when it needed to be. I got to say one thing though, Tarantino has not missed a shot yet. I don't think it's possible for him to miss a shot. But yeah, man, Hateful Eight, I loved it. I want to see it again. It is so good. The 3-hour runtime just kind of breezes by you, just because you're just so like entranced by the whole thing. It was great, man. After all the unnecessary prequels and sequels, I was kind of worried that Pixar might have lost its magic, and then I saw Inside Out, and I gotta say, Pixar hasn't lost its magic. Inside Out was so touching. It brought me to tears. It was funny when it needed to be. These are the Pixar movies that I love. I love the Pixar movies that can, touch the 5-year-old sitting next to you, to the adult sitting next to you, to just any age, really. That's kind of the great thing about Pixar movies, is that they were made for everyone. And the problem with things like Cars 2 or Monsters University, even though I enjoy Monsters University, but the problem with those movies is that they felt too catered to the kids rather than both the adults and kids, like a Toy Story, like a Bug's Life, and so forth. So the fact that this Inside Out came along and it was catered to both kids and adults, it really, really showed that Pixar still had its magic. And I couldn't have been more happier. Either of these 3 movies could be number 1. They were at some point, and then as the year went along, the other one became number 1, the other one became number 1, and so forth. So starting at number 3 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. Come on, man, it's me. But I enjoyed Avengers: Age of Ultron so much. I loved the way things were stepped up in the first one. I loved Ultron in the movie. I loved seeing Scarlet Witch in it. Trust me, I've been waiting a long time to see her in one of these movies, so it was awesome to see her in here. And Elizabeth Olsen kicked ass as Scarlet Witch. I liked, I liked seeing sort of the idea of these superheroes who really know that they're kind of a threat, and they want the world to be protected from themselves. So I like that idea behind it. And yeah, it was such a fun time. I enjoyed the living shit out of it. I don't know how you're gonna top it with Civil War, but judging from the trailers, I think it's pretty likely that Civil War will at least meet up to the level of Age of Ultron. I'll say that much. Sometimes when you get to the 5th film in a franchise, it can either go 2 ways. It can either be what I like to call a Paranormal Activity Saw 5 type of franchise where you're like, yeah, you guys are just dragging it out. Or it could be, or it could be a, or it could be like kind of like a Fast Five type of case where you're just kind of like, wow, they even though they just keep stepping it up, they keep making it crazier and crazier and somehow more enjoyable. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is the Fast Five case, but even better. I thought this was the best Mission Impossible that we have gotten, and I say that as someone who absolutely loved Ghost Protocol. I loved the action. I loved Tom Cruise and Simon Pegg, and I liked how Jeremy Renner had a bigger role in this movie. He's Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner's awesome. But I also really liked Rebecca Ferguson. She's a complete badass. I hope she gets more work because she's awesome. And I just kind of liked how insane the action got from the fourth one. Like I thought the Dubai, climbing scene was insane. I mean, this one you got him hanging off the plane. You got him breathing underwater for like 6 or 7 minutes, something like that. So it just went, man, they really just stepped up their game. And I think Christopher McQuarrie was the perfect choice to follow what Brad Bird did. And I'm excited to see that he's coming back for the next one. My number one movie of the year. This is way too obvious if you know me, so I'm just going to say it right here. Star Wars The Force Awakens is my number one movie of the year. Star Wars The Force Awakens just brought back the nostalgia that I loved from Star Wars. It brought back that feeling that you get when you watch when you watch Darth Vader pop out of the smoke, or you watch Luke looking at the twin suns, or you watch like Han Solo shooting Greedo first. That happened. But you felt like you were getting that feeling again with The Force Awakens. It brought back the kid in me and it just made me so happy throughout. And to see J.J. Abrams did the impossible. He really made a Star Wars movie that is worthy of the original trilogy. And that's saying something. He actually did something that Lucas failed to do in 1999. I can say that much. So yeah, all I can say about The Force Awakens is I've seen it multiple times. I love it more and more each time. And if a movie can do that for me, then it should be number one on my list. I really do think so. And that concludes my list, guys. I really hope you liked the list, and if you didn't, I'm sorry you didn't like the list. What's your list? Comment down below and let me know. And I will get you guys my review of The Revenant real soon, but before that, we gotta do the worst list of 2015, otherwise known as the fun list, and you will say that really, really soon. All right, guys, I'm out.